But I also agree with Councilwoman Halbert that we should be informed before we take votes. And so to make this contingent upon, make the spending contingent upon receiving a breakout of how the money is to be spent. Because even though people think of this as free money, there is no free money. Public resources, wherever they come from, have to be guarded. Yeah. So I make that motion to amend this.
Say that again, Mr. Harris.
That prior to any expenditures of these grant funds, the Memphis City Council should approve it.
That is an amendment. Is there a second? We have a second. You need to draw up. Well, okay, Ms. Halbert, point of inquiry. Hold on. Your mic's hot.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Councilman Collins may know the answer to this. The grant that was applied for, was it specifically, I mean, usually in the grant, you have to specifically state the purpose of the grants in order to receive the money. And so clearly, Councilman Harris, that's the case here. The only challenge for today is that, of course, nobody is against receiving money to help our young people, but we don't know what the city is planning to use the money for. And
Ms. Halbert, you said point of inquiry, and you're going on.
They're asking for
what is your
same-night
inquiry?
minutes, Mr. Chair. I asked the question. They had to specify to the originator of the grant what they were using this money for. So that's a challenge, not having it. So we
Did
just
you
need
want
to
someone
get it
to
in
answer
2
your
weeks, Mr.
question?
Chair.
Ms. Halbert.
He did answer the question.
Okay, well, you said point of inquiry, and I thought you wanted something else. I know he did answer. I heard it too.
That
All right,
was the-
now we're
yeah.
moving to our next speaker, Mr. Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Councilwoman Halbert, maybe I can help you a little bit. I attended a crime commission meeting, and the Memphis City School Board presented the data, and these are the highest concentrations of truancy, highest percentage in the city, and that's what they applied for. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Halbert, you have the floor again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In 2 weeks, can we please get whatever documentation exists that tells us how the city is going to be using these funds? That's all.
Without objection, this will come back to committee in 2 weeks. Without objection? Yes.
Now, we'll approve the item. I mean, we'll vote on the item because they asked for same-night minutes, but they'd be required to come back in 2 weeks to tell us what the intent of the use of the funds. That's already been explained in the application process.
No one objected, Ms. Halbert. We will do that.
Thank you, Mr.
Now,
Chair.
let me answer this question. Mr. Harris, you made an amendment, and this is what I want to say. Wait a minute. Without objection, we can accept Mr. Harris's amendment as a friendly amendment without objection. Does anyone object? Great. The amendment is now incorporated into the main motion. I see Mr. Collins Light. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As a caveat to this, we were hoping that we could bring truancy to the council's public safety committee at the first meeting in November anyway. And hopefully at that time, Ms. Halbert and those present at the committee meeting will get a full understanding of the magnitude of what's going on, because there are some other needs that I think this council is going to have to address regarding truancy. And so that's just my point to Ms. Halbert and to Mr. Conrad, so that all of us across this dais can be fully informed about what we're seeing and dealing with in this community.
Thank you. Ms. Halbert, your time is almost up. You have the last word on this briefly, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just very briefly, you all, we have a school system. School system tracks, monitors, and is the first respondents of truancy. And again, I am all supportive of this concept, and I know the office that you work in is a part of this process too. But regardless of all of that, when we make a decision to apply for a grant, we have to be able to put on the official record what we're going to be using that money for. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. It's now time to vote. Set the vote up, please. We have a friendly amendment on this vote. Oh, wait a minute. All right, let's call for the vote. Has everyone voted? Waiting, thank you.
Boyd, yes. Brown, yes. Collins, yes. Conrad, yes. Flynn, yes. Ford, yes. Fully Love, yes. Halbert, yes. Harris, yes. Lowry, yes. Morrison, yes. Chairman Strickland, yes.
Item 50 passes. 51, please.
Item number